Hey, this is Allie Edwards, and I am here today to introduce you to the newest story theme, which is fabric. This month I'm really excited. I think this is going to be a fun theme for a lot of people. A lot of different kinds of stories that can be told via this lens of fabric, from the very literal, fabric pieces of clothing and bedding, different kinds of fabric that we encounter in our lives, but also from the non-literal definition, the idea of the fabric of our lives, and what are the things that make up our lives, and what are these story threads that weave our lives together. So I'm really excited about diving into this one. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's included in the story kit for this theme. So as always, we start off with a white acrylic word, obviously with the theme this month of fabric. As we were designing this kit, we wanted to bring in some different textures, so we were able to play with a few different fabric textures. The first one is some burlap. So we did a variety pack of burlap shapes. There's 4 different ones, 2 large ones and 2 small, with a threading around the outside there. I'm excited to play with these and kind of figure out what do I want to add onto these. They would make nice frames for photos or for journaling circles as well. Sticking with that circle theme, we have some really fun fabric circles. These ones have adhesive on the back, so you can pull this off to be able to adhere these down. We went ahead and did these in black and white in just a few simple patterns. Again, circles. Here you're going to see a lot of circles this month. I'm excited to see how people use these. I think that it's a fun, different way to approach a shape that I like to use often, but having that nice fabric texture included in the kit as well. Then we have a patch that says stories, so white on gray there. I think that will be used by lots of people. Then we have some craft colored journal cards. Remember this, woven together, a couple pattern ones. This means so much. A half pattern, the story, lines there, fabric of life, and then the plus sign. So I'm kind of excited to play with, do I want to add these all together on one page? As many of you guys know, I'm a big fan of repetition, so especially repetition of shape is really something that I like to play around with quite a bit. So those are kind of the neutral pieces in our palette. They're actually here, well, let's look at this one too. The sticker sheet this month is a word phrase sticker sheet. Things like discovering the layers, all the stuff, parts of a whole, living in the now, making new things, building on the layers, the fabric of our lives, more than meets the eye. These are the days, just the beginning, love this, life's framework. Just a really nice, I think, selection of different words that will help you tell stories this month. And then here's a look kind of at the colors that we're using for the cards and the chipboard. Pieces of joy, the fabric of our lives, love this, these stories, threads of life, woven together, meaningful, piece by piece, you plus me equals us. Hello, collection of good stuff, because I know a lot of people have fabric collection or a collection of yarn or something like that. I think will be super interesting. We're in this together, kind of in this like pink, a little bit of plum with some greens and a navy mixed in too. So just kind of, fun to play with a little bit of a different color palette, a little departure from what we've seen the last few months. And then let's go ahead and look at the journal cards. As most of you guys know, last month we changed the way we're doing our journal cards, and we are now just doing them single-sided, so they're no longer double-sided, so you don't have to choose which one that you want to use, or you don't have to decide on the front or the back. So looking at the 4x6 cards, we have hearts, we have kind of a gingham, we have a stripe there, we have connected together, kind of thinking about the threads that connect us, some polka dots. We also have remembering all these things. I want to remember this, I want to remember this. We did do a 2018 dated card. We don't always do dated things on here, but I wanted to do it this time, and so hopefully that will be of interest to some of you. Make sure that you use that before we are out of this year. Bring on the stories there, and then we always have the marketing card included, which usually has some story ideas on the back. This one says, life is a fabric intricately woven by the the fibers of our experiences. And I totally love that quote as well. And then let's take a look at the 3x4 cards. We've got love this for this reason, with the idea of adhering a piece of fabric right on top. Again, trying to have story-directed cards whenever possible. The story of this piece of clothing, blanket, fabric scrap, etc. A nice generic pattern card. This one says, this means so much. For those of you, there are some of you out there who have asked for purple forever and ever, so this is my gift to those of you who like the purples and the plums. We've got some of that for you as well. Threads, things that keep it all together. Loss makes artists of all of us as we weave new patterns in the fabric of our lives. Such a fantastic quote. Hello, story there. Relationships create the fabric of our lives. They are the fibers that weave all things together. One of my favorite, just simple little card designs there. This one says, loving this around the house, with some little number spots where you could write those things, write different things about around the house. I'm grateful that you were born, that your love is mine, and our two lives are woven and welded together. Another, there's just so many great quotes about kind of weaving and this fabric idea. And this one just says meaningful, and this is meaningful to me because ... So that is a look at the main kit, the main story kit for the theme of fabric. Let's go ahead and take a look at the add-ons for this month. All right, for the story kit add-on for the theme of fabric, we have 3 options for you to choose from if you are looking to add on to your order. The first is a felt love. This is in felt with a stitching on it. Turned out so awesome. I love, literally, I love how that one turned out. So another nice option for adding a different texture. Then we have these really fantastic cork hearts that have the gold, kind of the gold glitter flecks in them. That is a package of 5 of them. They're nice and thick and also turned out really cool. And then the third option we have is a set of 3 wood veneer words that say threads, meaningful, and together. Those are available for subscribers to add to their kit shipping if you select them by the between the 13th or the 14th, and then we will ship them to you on the 15th. If there's any still available, subscribers can purchase these throughout the month and you will have an additional shipping cost. But those are a look at the story kit add-ons for the theme of fabric.